Kurt Cobain, the lead singer and guitarist of the iconic grunge band Nirvana, was known for his raw, emotionally charged vocals and distinctive guitar sound. Cobain's guitar playing style was heavily influenced by punk rock, and he often used unconventional and modified guitars to create his signature sound. Here's a brief history of some of the guitars Kurt Cobain played throughout his career. Univox Hi-Flier Phase 3 guitar. One of Cobain's earliest guitars was the Univox Hi-Flier, which he acquired during Nirvana's early years. The Univox Hi-Flier was originally a cheap guitar. One could find them for as low as $60 or $80, however, nowadays after Cobain's massive employment of it, these can cost up to $1,000 each. The guitar's distinct tone can be heard on Nirvana's early recordings, including Bleach. This guitar was also heavily distressed and covered in stickers. 1969 Fender Competition Mustang. Also known as that guitar from Smells Like Teen Spirit, Cobain's Fender Mustang became his most recognizable guitar. It was used extensively throughout Nirvana's career and can be seen in many of the band's music videos and live performances. Cobain purchased the guitar used and modified it extensively, including removing the original single-coil pickups in favor of a JB humbucker pickup screwed to the body. Fender Stratocaster Vandalism. This black finished 6-string was used on the Nevermind sessions. It contained 2 stock single coils and a bridge Seymour Duncan JB, which was typical for a Japanese Fender during these times. This guitar was originally a plain black Strat. It wasn't until August 1991 that Cobain decided to put his own mark on the guitar by pasting a bumper sticker stating "Vandalism, as beautiful as a rock in a cop's face," courtesy of Feeder's Office of Anti-Public Relations, in reference to the Feeder's album Teachers in Space. In late 1991, after the European Nevermind tour, he swapped the guitar's original neck for a Fernandez one with a piece of duct tape on the strap buttons. Making its first public appearance after June 1991, this signature guitar had many iconic performances during the Nevermind tour, most notably at the Reading Festival that year and live at the Paramount. Fender Jaguar. Cobain's Fender Jaguar was used on Nirvana's final album, In Utero. Cobain bought the guitar used. It's been confirmed that by the time Kurt got this Jaguar it was already modified. It came with an anvil sturdy case as confirmed by Chris Novoselic, and with 2 DiMarzio pickups already installed. A super distortion set for the bridge and a PAF in the neck. The guitar's bridge had also been replaced with a Gibson Tune-O-Matic piece and traditional volume knobs to replace the standard Fender pieces. The guitar's unique sound can be heard on tracks like Heart-Shaped Box and All Apologies. Originally purchased in early 1991, this Jaguar debuted on stage in August 1991, at the same time as his black Vandalism Stratocaster, which he regularly rotated until the Jaguar took the role as the main guitar on the road. Jagstang. Due to limitations on producing left-handed guitars by Fender, Kurt had to order at least 10 of these guitars. He ordered 5 blue and 5 red Jagstangs. The most notorious of these guitars was called the SkyStang, which was used most frequently during gigs at the time. However, the red Jagstang, aptly named OranjStang, made its first appearance before the beloved SkyStang. What I did is I took a picture of a Mustang, a Polaroid picture of a Mustang, and a picture of a Jaguar, and then cut them in half and glued them together and told them to build that. So that's what it is. It's the Jagstang. Cobain recalled. The Jagstang was one of the last guitars Kurt used, usually rotated with other Mustang models, and very sparsely his 1965 Jaguar. But this signature prototype was used just months before his death in 1994 at their last gig on March 1, 1994, in Munich, Germany. White K-sticker Fender Stratocaster. This was the first left-handed Stratocaster Kurt used, and was thought to have been acquired in the US before Nirvana departed to the UK in the fall of 1990. The guitar featured 3 pickups, 2 single coils in the mid and neck sections, and an angled humbucker on the bridge, making it unique. Kurt would place a sticker featuring AK, referencing an indie label from Olympia, Washington. This sticker matched the tattoo on his left arm. Fender Stratocaster white pick guard and black finish. This guitar was a seemingly standard left-handed model with a black glossy finish, and a white pickguard that sported two single-coil Duncans in the mid and neck sections and contained a full-sized humbucker on the bridge, just like his white Strat. This black finished Stratocaster with the white pickguard is the guitar that Kurt Cobain used to record Nevermind, when the band returned to the studio for a second and final time in May 1991, playing most of the final takes for songs on the album. Apparently the guitar was giving Cobain some trouble during the recording of Lithium. He made some mistakes that would become riffs for the album's hidden track Endless, Nameless, which follows after 10 minutes into Something in the Way. After recording this, Kurt, enraged, smashed his gear whilst recording. This is in sound on the last minute of the track. Greco, Mustang. According to many sources, this guitar was a pawn shop Fender Mustang copy which was heavily modified by Kurt after smashing his Univox Hi-Flier during a show in October 1988. Many point out this was the first left-handed guitar Kurt ever owned and didn't have to forcefully restring, unlike his Univox models used prior to this. This guitar had no visible branding on its headstock, and it had a single-coil pickup on its bridge which was thought to have been directly from his modified smashed Univox Martin D18E. Bought a few months prior, Cobain used a Martin D18E acoustic electric guitar during Nirvana's iconic Unplugged performance in 1993. The guitar had a natural finish, and this model was only produced for 1 year in the latter half of the 50s, and was one of the very first acoustics to feature electric pickups for the market. Used for Cobain's haunting and emotional performance of songs like The Man Who Sold the World and Where Did You Sleep Last Night? Kurt's use of the D18E has become one of the most memorable moments in rock history. In conclusion, Kurt Cobain's guitars were an integral part of his unique sound and style, and his influence can still be heard in the music of countless bands today. His legacy as one of the most iconic and influential guitarists in rock history continues to inspire generations of musicians.